Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing to be edified. And I wanted to read through Habakkuk, the second chapter, man. You know, I don't think I've done a full video just going into the full chapter, maybe bits and pieces, but it's a very heavy chapter in the sense of prophetically, you know, about the nature of how this devil would be, you know, scriptures going into debt, scriptures going into prophecy being fulfilled. All right, and these are the times that we're in. We're in a time where the Lord is making good on his promises. All right, we're coming to a time where the Lord is allowing his prophecies to be fulfilled. All right, they're not tarrying anymore. And we always bring that up. All right. And you'll hear a little background noise. I'm taking a walk. All right, but I just want to speak on this through the spirit, because, you know, we're in 2026. Things are happening. All right, they're waiting to decide if they're going to attack Iran. All right, they're still taking this diplomatic approach, as if, oh, you know, we're having these talks. Well, they already got it in their mind what they're going to do concerning Iran, whether they're going to attack them or not. They're coming up with a plan. The plan is not to be peaceful with them. The plan is for them to remove the leadership of Iran. Okay, so they can put in another leadership. They call that regime change. All right, so that's World War III happening all the way. Hey, also I'm seeing these Chinese robots and shit, and I'm seeing a comparison from them last year to them this year and how they're becoming more advanced. Also saw another video of how they're going in and teaching these robots armed combat. So if that's going on somewhere in the world, you don't think that's going to come over here? You know, now that they have AI, they can easily place it into these damn robots, and they can move automatically. All right, and if the Lord allows this to happen, then it was his will. But nonetheless, all right, hey, things are changing. All right, this is not going to be, you know, your regular, continue on in your regular America, Babylon the Great. All right, these other nations, they're pushing new currency payments, digital. All right, America's not going to get left behind in that. So people's lives are drastically going to continue to change, man, as we enter into this MOTB era. All right. So let's get into it. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Right. And we've been called to be watchmen. All right. We stand upon our watch as well. You know, it says in Jeremiah, the Lord said, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So we're also watchmen. We're watching for the end. We're watching for the prophecies. And as they begin to unfold, we know the prophecies of the scriptures. And when things come out that link up with it, we bring these videos out so that the sheep can be edified. You know, so we can keep everybody remains in the loop. Some brothers go into certain things, you know, but everything gets covered through the spirit. Right? Where am I? But it says, verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Exactly. So he was given this vision, told him to write it down. That's why you have the books of the prophets. All right. And they were told to write it down so that he may run that readeth it. So for this time now, when we see the prophecies coming to pass, all right, we can go and tell, you know, the other sheep, like, hey, this is what's happening. You know, this is what's happening on the earth. This is where we are in prophecy. Now, no man knoweth the day nor hour, but we know we're close based on the things that Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, told us through his prophets, through Yahweh Shai, of the things that will be happening in the end times. You know, verse 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So we know we're in the end, because now it's speaking. The prophecies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the thing of us, you know, falling away from our heritage, all right, having to go into slavery, going to our enemy for the one of all things, that happened. us being separated from our family, the curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. All these things happen, but also us coming back and standing upon our feet, and great fear falling upon them that see us. All right, so the Lord is bringing everything that he said he was going to bring to pass, man, in this time. So that vision, it was for an appointed time, and that time we know is now. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we're in a time where the prophecies of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah are not tarrying anymore. And we're in a beautiful time, man. I'm going to keep saying that through the Spirit. We're in beautiful times. We're not going backwards. We're not going back to the 50s. We're not going back into captivity. Esau going to try to do that, and we have to go through Jacob's trouble, yes, but we're not going back to being under the thumb of this devil anymore. And this is beautiful. Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. And that's speaking about Esau's ass. All right, he's profane. He's outside the temple. All right, he's valid in the earth. He's the basis of men. That's this devil. So his soul is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That's the elect of the house of Israel. They are going to live by their faith that they have in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah in these perilous times. Verse 5. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. That's this devil, man. He's that red horse in Revelation, the 6th chapter. Power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. All right, so he transgressed by his doctrine, philosophies. That's why it says in Jeremiah, the nations have a drunken over wine, therefore the nations are mad. Everybody got drunk on the philosophy of America, and they're seeing the latter end of it, the decaying of their own society, the decaying of their standards that they had within their country because they wanted to do business with this beast. With the whore that sitteth upon the beast. So this devil has the most, and America has the most military bases all across the world. They everywhere, and everybody business, man. And their ultimate attempt to heat to themselves all people and all nations will be to put that charagma, that CHIP, all right, into they're gonna put that into people's heads, foreheads, and in their hands, man. That's the ultimate goal of this devil. All right, he has more than heart could wish. He has everything he could want. All right, he's not dealing with poverty. Okay, he doesn't deal with the same issues that the average everyday citizen deals with. So what is he thinking about? He's thinking about world domination. All right. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Woe unto them, destruction. Has this devil not done everything? He's done everything concerning increasing that which is not his, man. Everything he's obtained, he killed for it, steal for it, lied for it. That's the nature of this devil, man. They manifest destiny and all that shit. They still believe that. Now the Lord allowed them to do that so that prophecy can be fulfilled, but he's going to show his power in destroying this structure. That is America, Babylon the Great. All right. It says, and how long unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And I did a video recently on the the U.S. national debt visualized, and, the interest payments alone on this debt. All right, and how it cannot be paid, which, also goes into the reset. They can't bring this debt down, so they're going to just reset the whole system. Like a big-ass jet jubilee, they're going to do a reset, and therefore, they're going to either start at zero, or they're going to offer to wipe your debt clean because people have student loan debts and all that stuff, and they want to incorporate them into that new system. Verse 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. Right? They're going to become a spoil. Hey. So those that trusted in this system, all right, you're about to feel the full brunt of what it means to live under that said debt. You're going to be spoiled. Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. All right, that's this devil. All right, the Lord has made them small among the heathen and greatly despised. It says, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and all that dwell therein. Has this devil, it's undeniable that this devil has been violent. The way he goes around killing people, man. All right, and now we're just in a time where it's documented. All right, but think about all the killing he did when nobody was watching but the Lord, man. All right, he got to pay for that shit. Blood defiles the land. Verse 9, it says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. That's this devil, man, to a T. You know, that's literally his spirit, to covet an evil covetousness to his house. You know, he want to heap to himself stolen treasure, man. All right, like it says, he heaped up treasures for himself for the last days. You know, they're building these bunkers and stuff. They're about to cause this war, and then they're going to try to go hide. Verse 10, and rise from the ashes. Verse 10, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Verse 11, for thy stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam of the timber shall answer it. Verse 12, woe to him that buildeth the town with blood. See? Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood. America's a big ass town, a city built by blood. The inception of America was built by blood in the backs of slaves, man. They shed the blood of the children of Israel, both northern and southern kingdom, to obtain this land and to build this nation up, man. So it says, woe to him that buildeth the town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy this place, because woe means death and destruction. So how's America going to go out? Through thermonuclear destruction. Why? Because they built the city by blood, man. And they sinned against the Lord. Verse 13, behold, is it not the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh himself drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And that's what Esau did to us. That's what he did to the tribes, man. And he's the accuser of our brethren for that very reason. He accused us. He made us, he gave us rap culture. He gave us fucking, he fed us adultery. He fed us, nigger culture. He fed us violence. And then he goes and accuses us to how about Shem Shah. Like, look, Lord, these people aren't fit to rule. All right, that's how this devil has moved toward us, man. So it says, verse 16, there are filled with shame for glory. And that's what's coming out now. Prince Andrew got arrested. All right, this whole shit coming out with Epstein. All right, Trump trying to keep that fire off his ass. All right, but they're filled with shame for glory. It says, drink thou also and let thy foreskin be uncovered. That's what we're in the time of, man. That's why I like this chapter, man. It goes into so much. All right, thy foreskin is being uncovered now. All right, see all the prophecies of Yahweh Shem Shah regarding this devil being exposed, regarding us waking up, because us waking up involves this devil getting exposed, because he's the one that was in charge, and he's the one that held back from us of who we are. Not only did he know who we were, he paid money and set up systems to suppress us from that very truth, man. So he's in hot water right now that we woke up anyway. The Lord woke us up anyway. Okay? Verse 17, for the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoils of beasts which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein, which profited the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image and the teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. All right, the Lord hates idol worship. Verse 19, woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake. All right, making these different false idols to worship. It says, awake, to the dumb stone arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it, but the Lord is his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him, man. It's a beautiful chapter, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, man. All right, the prophecies being fulfilled, this devil being exposed for who he is, And these are the times that we're in. All right. We know they're not gonna really persecute these devils for this Epstein thing, but his skirt is lifted, his foreskin is uncovered. All right. They tried to put a label on every race of people but themselves. They tried to paint themselves as the good guy. Meanwhile, they're the worst out of everybody. And it's coming out now. You know, so Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bokar Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.